Well, good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to another video review. This is Lee, your virtual airline pilot, back with you again. We're going to look at another scenery. I'm starting with this view because I just wanted to show you this. In terms of realism, this is pretty good. So we're in the 737-800. We're looking out. We're at Syracuse in New York State, parked on a stand, and there you can see ahead of us slightly misted glass, passengers walking about in the terminal. Ceiling lighting is on, beautiful weathering here on the building, and everything else just as real as it looks. And there we are looking at the captain's side. There's the jetway in all its glory, beautifully done, including the misted glass. Can't wait to have a look at this. And the view from the first officer's window. Everything looks really impressive. So as I said, folks, welcome back. Another scenery review. We are in Syracuse, Hancock International Airport in Upper New York State, Kilo Sierra Yankee Romeo. This is a payware scenery by VirTICALSIM, not to be confused with the earlier release by Sierra Simulations. There are two versions of Syracuse out at the moment. We're going to look at the newer version here, VirTICALSIM. This is version 1 for the PC, and as far as I understand it, this is for the PC version of Flight Sim 2020. No information about whether it's available for Xbox. Download is 1.88 gig and it installs at just over 4 gigs, 4.13 to be exact. And it's available from SimMarket. The price is €22.20, which equates to $21.88 US, or £19.36 UK. US and UK prices are estimates, but all prices include tax or VAT, which of course will vary depending on the country you are in when you make your purchase. This is a really good scenery, lots of detail and lots to see, so we're going to have a really close look at it. The only anomaly I can see right off the bat is with the vehicles running around. They're a little bit out of control, but we'll ignore that for the moment because it's the airport you wanted to see. And as you saw a moment ago, looking outside the flight deck, that's the view you get when you pull up and park in, which is very impressive, exactly what you want as a pilot. So, Syracuse International Airport, the VirTICALSIM version. Let's get down and have a look at the history. So, Syracuse Hancock International Airport, Kilo Sierra Yankee Romeo, is a public-use joint civilian-military airport owned by the Syracuse Regional Airport Authority and operated by the Syracuse Department of Aviation. The airport is located 5 miles or 8 kilometers northeast of downtown Syracuse in Upper New York State, just off Interstate 81 near Mattydale. The main terminal complex is at the east end of Colonel Eileen Collins Boulevard. Half of the airport is located within the town of DeWitt, with portions also in the towns of Salina and Cicero. In 1927, the then mayor of Syracuse, one Charles Hanna, felt that his city needed an airport. Land in the Amboy section of the nearby town of Camillus was purchased for $50,000, and by 1928 the Syracuse City Airport at Amboy was operating and handling airmail. With the start of World War II, the airport was pressed into service as a flight training center for the military. By 1942, it had become apparent that Amboy Airport was just not large enough to handle military needs. So as a replacement, the Air Force opened Syracuse Army Air Base in Mattydale. The end of World War II, Air Force leased the base back to the city. On September the 17th, 1949, the Clarence E. Hancock Airport, named after the area's congressman, opened to the public using a renovated machine shop as the terminal. The airport replaced the old airport at Amboy. From the late 50s to the early 80s, Syracuse experienced massive growth and had to expand many times to handle additional passengers. This led to Syracuse becoming the second largest airport in upstate New York by passenger volume and the largest by number of flights. At its height, 3.17 million passengers passed through the airport. In the year ending August 31st, 2017, the airport had over 69,000 aircraft operations, averaging 189 per day. These included 30% air taxi, 29% airline, 11% military and 30% general aviation. Some 43 aircraft were then based at this airport, including 27 single-engine, 8 multi-engine, 5 jets and 3 helicopters. The airport also has a large cargo facility which is served by FedEx Express and UPS. It's interesting to note that Syracuse receives an average of 124 inches, or 315 centimeters, of snow annually, the most of any major city in the United States. However, on average, the airport is closed less than 24 hours annually due to snowfall, thanks to a very highly trained and equipped snow crews. So there you are, there's some history for you. It's been around, this airport's been around a long time, and although it's often classed as a regional airport, it does handle quite a bit of traffic. So that's a history. Let's have a look at the runways and see how they compare to the charts. So, runways. Syracuse Airport operates 2 main runways. Runway 2810 measures 9,003 feet, or 2,744 meters in length, and is made from asphalt. Runway 3315 is the shorter of the two, measuring just 7,500 feet, or 2,286 meters in length, and is also made from asphalt. The airport itself lies at an elevation of 421 feet, or 128 meters. Runway 28, and we're looking down the photo of runway 28 at the moment, is equipped with an instrument landing system certified for Category 2 landing operations. This runway also features airfield lighting system with sequence flashing lights and precision approach path indicators on the runway right side. This runway also has RNAV approach options. So as you can see here from this view, we've got everything right except the sequence flashing lights, which are missing from the approach. Everything else is there. You've even got touchdown zone markers, which again are on the charts, and the center line too. PAPI's on the right side as described, and the high intensity runway lighting system. So we're just missing the sequence flashing lights on this runway. Let's have a look at runway 10, the other end. So here we are looking down the slope of runway 10, which features a standard instrument landing system, medium intensity approach lighting system, and visual approach slope indicators on the left side of the runway. So here you can see the runway center line. We've got the vase eyes instead of PAPI's, this twin light system on the left side of the runway end identifier lights, and you've got MASLAR, or medium intensity approach lighting system, which actually has the flashing lights. So that's pretty much correct for this runway. So let's go and have a look at runway 15. So here we are looking down the slope to runway 15. This runway features medium intensity approach lighting system and visual approach slope indicators on the left side of the runway. Now you only have RNP and VOR approach options for this runway, no ILS at all. So again, looking at the runway, we're pretty much as expected. Centerline, medium intensity approach lighting system. Here you've got the vase eyes, or visual approach slope indicators, on the left side, and the standard medium intensity approach lighting system. So let's look at the other end, runway 33. So here we are looking at runway 33, and this runway only has an RNAV or GPS approach option and just the precision approach path indicators on the runway left side. So there's no ILS, no touchdown zone markers, and you've got partial end identifying lights here, no approach lights other than that. So this is probably your basic runway end. So that about does it for runways. Let's go back down to the airport proper, bring it back to daylight, and have a look and see what we've got in terms of jetway operation. Okay, jetways, as you can see, we're parked on stand number 10. I've got the tug connected so the jetway's free to move. Let's give it a test and see how it works. Looking good. Also looks really nice and weathered, and typical of the sort of jetways you'd find at airports like this in America. Many regional airports have the jetways that look like this. Now from here, that looks pretty good. Let's have a close-up look. So that's not bad. That's pretty much right on. Okay, the bottom half might be a bit... actually, it's not bad. You can see a little bit jutting here. But that's actually not too bad at all. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And of course the jetway looks really impressive as well. Okay, let's disconnect. It's a quite nice looking jetway, to tell you the truth. That rubber looks pretty effective, as does the conditioning unit down here. Very nice. Yeah, no problem at all with the jetways, and I should imagine all of them work like this. So let's get started and have a grand tour, close-up look at this airport. So we're going to start with a daytime tour across the airside ramp and the airport central area itself. As you can see, a really lovely modelled radar dome there. The grass and everything is arguably some of the nicest I've seen. Really fits well. So we're just going to pass over the ramp here first, where my aircraft is. You've got the Syracuse sign there on the edge of the building, which is quite a landmark on this scenery, on this airport. As you can see, ground markings are excellent. The terminal looks wonderful, beautifully modelled. Bits of ground clutter. We're going to pass over the landside fence here and just have a look at some of the... As you can see, the vehicles are going inordinately fast, far too fast. They're a little bit out of control, but we'll ignore that for the moment. As you can see, the modelling, the rest of the modelling is really nice. Some solar panels there, massive car park. See, that entrance looks great. It's just unfortunately completely spoiled by the speed of the cars. So we'll just keep going down here for the moment. You can look at the fence line. Another car park here, partly photo scenery, this one. But it really does look quite nice. And I'm thinking this is possibly, yes it is, this is the cargo apron. There you can see for FedEx vehicles on the other side. Again, the modelling is excellent on the outside and the top of the building as well. With you've got the radar domes there. I mean, this looks really impressive. Very nice indeed, very nice. Lots of cargo clutter, bits and pieces, great for you cargo pilots. And over here you've got the fixed base apron. We'll take a quick look there. UPS stuff here, look. Million Air, interesting. Very nice. Bits and pieces, and here you've got the fuel farm. It's nice to see the modelling has gone right out this far. You look to the right there, you can see the road has been modelled out as well, the signs. They've really done well on the airport and its environment. So there you can see fuel tankers, very nice. So here we are looking at the roads in towards the airport, and not too bad, and the traffic's behaving a little bit better out here. Let's track in towards the airport. Nice to see the signs have been done. This looks really nice. So I don't know what can be done about this with the vehicles. It does look a little bit, I don't know. But I'm ignoring that for the moment because it's not something I'm really that interested in, although from the higher up, from the air, when you pass over, it does look quite good when it's working. But nice to see the roads have been developed all the way into the airport here. Signage there too. There you can see to the right the landside part of the cargo building. It's really nicely done. It is very nicely detailed. Those signs are excellent. Let's have a look at the tower. So, quick look from the outside of the tower, you can see there is internal modelling. There we are, internal modelling in the tower with the lights on, 2 controllers sat at their desks. Very good indeed. So continuing our little road entry into the airport, you can see the signage is really clear. Best Western Hotel here to the right. And there you can see evidence of parallax work on the windows that makes it look as though something's going on inside. Very nice. So let's return to the entrance to the airport. There's the airport sign. Very nicely done. Animated flags, always good to see. This detail looks lovely. Those signs are crystal clear. Foliage looks good as well. Nothing sitting on the road obscuring anything. A quick look at the multi-story car park before we go into the airport as such. Okay, much of this is on photoground scenery, but it works. Again, it really works. Nice to see a really detailed stairwells there. And again, kind of low resolution photo scenery on top of the multi-story, but it all looks good. It works well. So continuing in landside towards the airport terminals, when the roads are done nicely, weathering there. Good to see these lamp poles. I'm interested to see how many of them actually light up to do the lighting area here. Okay, some animated people down there, which is nice. And there you can see animated people in the walkway. So a slow pass on the landside lower level, as you can see. Cars, animated people, you can see in through the glass there. This looks really nice. So as we look at this view, you can see the airline desks in there on the lower level. More people, not a lot of them, but people positioned in various places. Lady having a bit of a heart attack there. Very nice, that looks quite good. And continuing along the landside stretch, all looks pretty good here. Going up a little bit, you can see down into the terminal. That glass structure looks great. And again, you've got people in the crossing bridges, which is really good. So before we go inside and look at the terminal, let's have a closer look at the ramp area, which is the areas you guys will be interested in as pilots. As you can see, modelling is great. There's the right amount of ground clutter. These jetways looks great. They really do look good. Let's get a close look at one of them. So there you can see the detail on the jetway. Very, very nicely done. A little bit of weathering. The glass looks great. It's very nice. So just continue the tour As you can see, some of these jetways are marked with airline notifications as such. The buildings are nicely done as well as the jetways. Got the appropriate oil slips and marks on the ramp too. Nice to see there's one entrance area open to what I believe is the under-terminal baggage system. So here to the right you can see airside departures. Looking through the glass you can see people. Not a lot of seating, but no, it looks fine. It looks really, really nice. Just going to draw up close to this window before we continue the airside look. To there you can see more people inside seating at what looks like a little restaurant inside there. Once again, a really nicely done building, beautifully modelled. You can see in through the glass there, things going on inside. It's really impressive. Very, very nice. And here we are back at my aircraft stand. So let's pop inside the terminal and have a quick look at what it looks like during the day. So here's a closer look at the view inside the window that we saw from the flight deck before we go inside. Looks good. A couple of people that are repeated. We saw this lady outside, but it's not a problem. Nice to see weathering here on the glass structure, which I've not seen before, I don't think, in a scenery. Let's pop inside. Very nice indeed. Internally looks good. The passengers just bring it up a little bit more to life. Looking in the other direction, there's our lady having a heart attack. Passengers sitting on the other side. There's also a little restaurant there. It's kind of like a bar restaurant, but that's really nice. That's another view for you there. Some nice passenger animations. Very, very nicely done. So a little slow tour down the corridor here. Okay, toilets on the right and the left there. People sitting there. I think it's some internet access point. There's a gift shop, which looks pretty real. Let's continue the tour down here. The detail is very nice indeed. As I say, passengers bring it all to life. Nice to see the shops beautifully detailed. The signage is fantastic. There's another little pizza place and a bar. A guy who looks as though he's got a pizza there. And as you can see, some very, very nice detail here as well. I do like the signage. The hoardings here all look good. So this is gate 1. Let's assume this would be open. I also want to show you before we go. See, look, the sign up there, because it's a little bit blurred, but it does look good. And there you've got the computer screens. They all work too. So let's move across to this point where we saw people here. Let's have a look inside here. So nice view from outside. And quite a nice view inside here. Yeah, very nice. And a couple of advertising hoardings. So this is the other building that's got internal development with passengers and stuff. Let's pop inside here. And looking in the other direction, that's fine. Anything on the other side of this? Nope, nothing below. So a quick shot from above. There you can see there's quite a bit of development work gone into this airport. And look at the oil stains on the stands here. Lots of properly placed ground vehicles. They all look good. Car parks look fine. Some reliance on photo scenery, but it works perfectly okay. Multi-storey car park looks excellent. Control tower looks good. As I said, the only anomaly I can find is these vehicles that are rushing around. Let's just have a quick look at some of the or the other buildings within the airport perimeter, and let's go and have a look at the taxiways and runways and the signage. So taxiways looks good. There's your windsock. Here's your rotating radar dome, and the buildings below. We get out to the threshold of runway 2833 here. Just have a look at some of the ground signage. Yep, no problems at all. Ground signage looks good. Don't know if there are any wigwags. They look like they might be. Yes. So here's the entrance to runway 28. From this side you can see we've got blue airfield edge lights, wigwags. Can't see any evidence of green centerline lights. Let's pop across to the left here. So here you go, windsocks. It's all nicely modelled. The grass looks great, partly sort of weathered and partly cut. All looks brilliant. As we come off to the airport boundary, you can see the fence line's been continued all the way around, which looks good. So we cross over to see the area that's known as the ANG ramp, whatever that is. Maybe this is general aviation, I'm not sure. Yeah, it does look like GA, or maybe it's military, I don't know. National Guard, well there we go. Airfield National Guard. So that's what ANG means. And there you have a drone aircraft as well. Again, the buildings look nicely modelled. Wonder if that hangar's modelled inside. Shall we have a look? Okay, so it's incomplete inside. But here's a look landside of this area. Lots of bits and pieces here, which is excellent, just what you want. It's all part of the airport and it's been included. And looking the other direction, there you've got some military trucks as well. Some good modelling. I mean, the trucks are really good. So just a quick tour from the landside part. There's the fence line. Very nice. Modelling is really good. Right down to the access gates there. Okay, so we're going to vehicle out on the taxiway there. I want to see if anything is out on the runway. So we continue the tour this way. And as you can see, the modelling is great. They've got lots of additional bits and pieces going on here. Now there's a vehicle there. Looks like it might be entering the runway, or is it going to cross? So hold short. I think he's going to hold short and then cross. Which to some extent I don't mind, but I really personally believe that vehicles should be kept well away from the runways in use. Yeah, there he goes. Yeah, well, to some extent I can forgive that. He's crossing the runway, he's not going down it. You've got this little building here as well, which arguably probably might be the fire station. Yes, it is. So that's a fire station. Would be nice to see some fire vehicles parked outside. But no, that's fine, that's okay. So there you go, folks. That's the airport inside and out as far as we can see during the day. Generally it looks really good. The only thing, as I said, is spoilt by these vehicle animations that don't really work because they're too fast. Sometimes they're the wrong way round. If those can be sorted out, that would be nice. But anyway, let's drop it down to dusk now and see what the lighting's like here. Okay, just after 6 p.m. In fact, it's 6:05 in the evening. It's late October 2022. Anybody viewing this video later, there we can see the lighting's just come on. It's very difficult to get the Osobo slider to move slowly minute by minute, so you just really have to hope that you try and get to the right point where the light comes on. But as you can see, it looks very pleasant. The areas around the ramp are nicely lit, the signs are lit, blue airfield edge lights can be seen nicely. Can't see any evidence of green centerline lights at the moment, but we will look at that. So looking towards the west, here you can see the cargo area and the military side and the National Guard side on the other side, all nicely lit. And again, the blue airfield edge lights all properly delineate the airfield. Runways well lit. You're going to rely on your nose gear light, I think, really taxiing here to see the lines, but getting into this stands, I don't doubt it's going to be a problem. And looking into the other direction there, that's where the National Guard is. So let's get down and have a close look at the ramp area during the dusk hours. Okay, so you got the sign there is now brilliant white where it was red during the day. Maybe that it's just been really bright that way, but also you can see now, you can look inside the terminal windows, and that looks quite effective. And again, the windows on the lower end of the ramp, these are some of the airfield offices, and nice to see them lit. Doesn't appear to be much in the way of lighting inside the jetway. So there you go, a little close up looking at the terminal. That's a really nice effect. And here, as I said, you've got the various offices of the airline, airside bits and pieces, and this is all done. This looks quite effective. Okay, so this is not lit in any way. So we have a quick tour over the top of the ramp here, just so you can have a look. Oh, your lighting looks really good. It's very nice, very subtle. Great to see the inside of the terminal there. Let's pop over to landside. Remember that the entrance is kind of a covered entrance. Car park is nicely lit. Again, we've got lighting provided by the proper light poles and not by Osobo globes. I'm really pleased about that. And as we continue sort of off airport or at the landside part of the airport, various lighting bits and pieces on the buildings here. Really pleased at the lack of Osobo globes. Most of this is natural lighting provided by proper light stands. Very nice indeed. Beautiful drop lighting on these buildings. Okay, remember we're looking at photo scenery, so you've got photo cars down there. But this is really nice. Beautiful subtle lighting, drop lights on the buildings. And as I said, haven't yet seen a single Osobo globe. Some nice, slightly off airport buildings that are lit really pleasantly. Okay, there's lights on the road. They're not terribly bright, but they're there, they work. So there's the cargo building, all nicely lit up here. Very nice. And there, as we go up close, you've got this parallax effect there, which gives you the impression of internal modelling when in fact there isn't. But it's beautifully done. So here you can see we passed airside over the cargo area. Beautiful subtle lighting and some very good parallax work on these buildings that really give you this really nice effect. It's very nice indeed. So we're going off airport here to the fixed base. I say off airport, it's not really, but it's on the outlying regions of the airport. Nice fence line here, and the signs are nicely lit. There's even a car there. There you go, there's even a car there showing a nice Mercedes with obviously some people coming up to the building, and again a lovely parallax effect that really works. So below us, looking out towards the road that goes out of the airport, again you've got minimal lighting, but it's provided by light poles. So these could have done with being a little bit brighter, but that's it's nitpicking really. Lovely building there. And there we are, looking back in towards the airport. You can see landside of the cargo building's been nicely done as well. There's the Syracuse sign that's all lit up there on this side. See, the signage and lights are good. They could just have done being with a little bit brighter. And if they manage to sort out these cars, then that would really sort of make it. Quick look at the tower. So here we are inside the control tower. Again, you can see it's all lit nicely. The guys are still at work, obviously doing a long shift today. So we continue into the road here. Just have a quick look landside of the terminal. Very nice. Good to see those walkways lit. And here you can see lighting on the land side, which looks good. Again, if they could sort these cars issues out, it would be really, really nice. As far as I can see, that's the only major issue. But then it's probably not that major, depending on how you look at it. But they're looking into landside. I mean, I love the little touches that they've got there, the little decorations on the elevators. Really good. So far I haven't seen a single Asobo globe. All the lighting has been done by lighting that's provided on the airport. So here's the airside road, and it's a covered structure. This is quite interesting, but again you've got down lighting provided by proper lights. The light sources are all as they should be in this scenery. I'm quite impressed with it. So there you go. I mean, it all looks really very impressive. So there we go. We've had a reasonably good look around the airport, both airside and landside at dusk, and the touches are very nice. They are really good. Quickly go down to night time. Again, I'm not going to spend too much time in here. I don't want the video to be too long, but let's drop the lights down tonight and see what effect that has. So just after 9 PM local time in the evening, and as you can see, darkness is gone. The lighting has come up slightly here on the ramp, but it's perfect. It's good enough for you to do what you need to do. You've got the blue airfield edge lights which delineate the airfield. No green centerline lights, so you will need your nose gear lights to follow the yellow lines, but you shouldn't have any problems here. But lots of lighting on the airport open area. And here looking across runway 2810, again lots of lighting for you to see and find your way. And all of the buildings here, the lighting again has come up a lot to improve what looks around here. It's really quite good. So here we're looking at the Air National Guard. Again, plenty of lighting, it all looks really good. Even the drone there is lit, which is really good. And here's the cargo area, all lit nicely. Again, this is really not going to be a problem for you finding your way in here if you're a cargo pilot. And there's the FBO that we looked at earlier on. Looks very, very good. So a quick look again from inside the cockpit at night time. Well, it looks pretty realistic, doesn't it? It looks great. Captain's side. and the first officer side. So 20 to 8 in the morning, as you can see the sun's coming up, and beautiful colouring on the buildings there. Okay, just after 9 AM and time to wrap up this review and give you my thoughts. So as I said, this is the version by VirticalSim and not by Sierra Simulations. This is the latest version of this airport. What do I think? It's very nice. Yeah, no problem at all. Modelling is good. Really good attention to detail, especially on both landside and airside. The internal development is excellent. It's very good. They've certainly taken a leaf out of some of the top modelers here. There are some things that they've chosen not to add, and I have no real problem with that at all. But the airport looks much the way it does in the real world. That's impressive. Particularly like the landscaping here, the green and the partial weathering in the grass. All of it fits really well into the default area. So much so that when we travelled across earlier, took a few minutes for me to discover that we were actually back in default scenery. But really nicely modelled, and lots of attention to detail on the outside parts of the airport too. The only major nitpick for me are the cars going up on the roads. A, they're too fast, and B, some of them are going sideways and backwards. If they can correct those little bugs, which is probably all I'm going to call them really, that would be excellent. But everything here, right down to the fixed base operator with the VIP car over there, has been beautifully done. Really nice. No hesitation in recommending this scenery tour. It's just lovely. Once again, I bought it. I wasn't given it for review. I paid for it, and I'm, to be honest, very happy with the purchase. Do I think it's worth €22? Yeah, it pretty much is. Again, remember that includes VAT and tax as well. It's really impressive. So, Syracuse Hancock International Airport in Upper New York State, Kilo Sierra Yankee Romeo, payware scenery by VirticalSim, not to be confused with the other version by Sierra Simulations. This is version 1 for the PC. No details about whether it's whether it's available for Xbox. Downloads at just under 2 gigs, 1.88 gigabytes, and installs at just over 4 gig, 4.13 gig. Available now from Sim Market at €22.20, which equates to roughly $21.88 or £19.36 UK. Those US and UK prices are estimates, and all the prices include VAT or tax, which of course will vary depending on your country of purchase. So another nice little regional airport in upstate New York on the east coast of the USA for you guys to have a look at and fly into. Lots of regional flights here from all over the US and Canada. So it could be fun. It's going to get lots of use, I would think. So thanks guys for watching. This is Lee, your virtual airline pilot, wrapping up another review of yet another really good scenery. I hope your pockets are deep enough, because some of the stuff I've been looking at is really impressive, and it just seems to be getting better. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please like and subscribe. It will help my channel, help me push up the videos and just the number of subscribers, and hopefully I will get a little bit more influence. And by the way, please feel free to talk in the comments. I respond to all comments that I get. If there's anything you'd really like me to review, then please say so. I'm going to be looking next week at another Marseille scenery recommended to me by another developer. Sorry, not another developer, by another subscriber. And I've managed to get a free copy of that, so we'll have a look at that and compare it with the France VFR scenery I reviewed this week. And look out for another adventure flight which I hope to get in the 737, and next week I'll be introducing my new aircraft as well, which those of you with the eagle eyes have seen down on the ramp. So thank you very much folks, enjoy your weekend and your week coming up. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye for now, take care.